Good afternoon and welcome back to Transformation Thursdays, where we highlight some of our agency's powerful work here in Northeast Louisiana. My name is Katie Terrell, and I'm so excited to be here with you today. As I mentioned last week, this is part 2 of our episode all about N.T.A.C. So let's jump back in. So I'm going to shift a little bit to Daniel. I know Daniel's my co-host today, but he's also going to answer some questions about just how we're going to get this information out to the public. Because as Jimmy and Yakima have mentioned, that's such a key part of this partnership and making sure that we are reaching people where they are and getting out in rural communities. So Daniel, this obviously sounds like such a great opportunity for individuals in our community. Can you walk us through a little bit of the vision for promoting this N.T.A.C program and making sure that we are getting the word out for the community, because it's such a responsibility of ours to do so?
Sure. Speaking broadly, the cycle of communications isn't that dissimilar to the cycle of adoption of assistive technology. There's a cycle, and it goes from awareness. You have to know that something exists, to consideration. Once you're aware that it exists, you have to start considering, oh, I'm interested in that, or I'm not interested. I'm interested in this part of it, but not that part. And then once you get through that, the next step is conversion. Like, okay, I'm definitely interested in that. I want to learn more. I want to get the thing. I want to do the thing. I want to attend the thing, whatever the thing may be. And then the last step is deepening the relationship. So once you've become aware, you've considered it, you've made a choice to get involved, and then you connect with an event. Perhaps you connect with some assistive technology. You connect with a person, whatever it may be. It's about deepening the relationship. Once you have the relationship, it's not like a one-time thing. You have to keep the relationship going. And then as new events or new innovations occur, you're going to start over with awareness, and the cycle kind of repeats itself. So back to the awareness, consideration, conversion, deepening, and retaining. So get the word out. We build our communications around that cycle.
Yeah. And I know, obviously, we'll talk more about it at the end too, but, we have a lot of ways that we try to get the word out. We have our social media, we have our website, we have, ways that we're really reaching people. We're trying to reach people through events. So we're coming at people from a lot of different angles, but yes, I so hear what you're saying, that people have to be receptive to it and really hear that it's available and then engage. So we've talked a little bit about this already, but what audiences are you hoping to reach? And how will your strategy ensure that that population is engaged?
Sure. As both Jimmy and Yakima mentioned earlier, assistive technology is really for everyone. So speaking broadly, we definitely want to reach everyone, but there are special interest groups that we may focus on for certain parts of the program or certain parts of messaging that may be relevant to them, to make sure they're aware of things that could be helpful. Some of those examples of groups could include veterans and their unique needs. And there are certainly people in the developmental disabilities community that might have specific messaging, or there might be specific programs or outreach events that may be of interest to them. We've talked a little bit about youth, and senior citizens are another group that you want to pay special attention to and figure out different ways to get the word out to them. And different people may use different communication channels. So you kind of have to think about which channels are they most likely to see or hear or be told about something. Of course, there may also be things that we want to share that are specific to the interests of caregivers and providers, and for them to learn about. But broadly, N.T.A.C and N.T.A.C are here to serve our entire community.
Yeah, I like that you brought up too that, we have these special initiatives, we have special interest groups, really not to provide special programs necessarily. It's really to make sure those special interest groups are aware that these programs are for them, right? And that's what I thought about when you were talking about, even at the beginning, you said something about, no one being left behind. We have an initiative that's called Operation Leave No Veteran Behind. It's really to try to reach veterans where they are, make sure they know we're here for them. Same thing with Operation Golden Years, which serves our seniors. We want people to not say, oh, that's just for those people. We want people to feel like that these opportunities are for them. And that's really what those special initiatives are meant to do. So how can we work, obviously, with a lot of community partners here at Northeast Delta HSA? So how can our community partners help amplify this initiative?
Well, there's a few ways. One of the best ways that community partners can help is to make sure they're following us and perhaps LATAN on social media. When you see posts that are of interest to maybe the different groups or different people or communities that you might be involved with, like them and share the posts. Like and share content about N.T.A.C, assistive technology, anything that might be relative to LATAN. You can go to the Northeast Delta Human Services YouTube, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, and that way you'll get notifications that when we've uploaded something that you might be interested in watching. Just help sharing our content. Of course, nothing really beats word of mouth. So, if you see something online, or you've been to a workshop, or you've seen a demonstration, or you just know something and that somebody that would be really interested in that thing, be sure and tell them about it. Community sharing content and information collectively can reach far more people by multiplying the messages than just we as an organization can do alone.
Yeah, I think people, social media is a powerful thing. And yes, word of mouth is also, especially in our community. We talk about rural communities a lot. Word of mouth is so valuable because oftentimes too in rural communities, the trust doesn't go very far, right? Like they might not trust outside of individuals in their community. And so sharing with people in their community is so important. But even liking and sharing posts on social media create such a bigger reach than just all of us individually can create. So I think that's such an easy way to really widen this reach and make sure people are aware. Okay, so these last few questions, I really want to open up to anybody, okay? So whoever feels like they really are passionate about the question you want to answer, please feel free to jump in. It's okay if we have more than one person answer. So what has been the most rewarding part of bringing this initiative to life? I know that we've been talking about this for a while. It's coming to life now. What's been the most rewarding part of
that? You go ahead, Yakima, and I'll jump in after.
I was going to say, because we've talked about just the presence and the opportunity here, but I think that, as we're just, getting started and we're going to, hit the ground running in a couple of weeks, I think that the most rewarding part on our end has been getting to know each of you and working with you all. There is nothing like, and just an easy partnership in development where ideas are just simply coming into alignment with themselves. And so you all have been extremely easy to work with, creative and progressive. And if you have to partner with an organization or a group, to do that, you want there to be that type of innovation and ideas and creativity that comes into play, and where there's just complete agreement with here's what the goal is and where we're going. So that's what's been rewarding so far on our end.
Yeah, mine's similar to that. I really am glad to get to know Yakima and add her into my realm of work people that I work with. It's refreshing. I think what's been great to me too, rewarding is just, we had an idea. We talked about it with our director. I talked about it with my staff here. And then, it was just like our idea was listened to. We had, there was, and we had a way to do it. We had a group to contact, and then they were so willing to do it and happy to do it. And our exchange has been great. So the process of us working together with another group who want the same thing we want, and are eager to do it. And it's been great. You don't have to wait. You don't have to do a lot. We just talk and do dialogue. So that's been awesome. And since we're talking about it, I want to go ahead and say, I guess another rewarding thing hadn't happened yet, but I want to say, and I don't want to ruin a future question, but I really, just knowing the amount of independence that this can bring to people, and knowing the safety net that it can throw around people, and not even independence necessarily in all situations. Some things like the going on the grass with the wheelchair, that just adds to their life. It adds richness and things that they could do that they wouldn't be able to do otherwise. And just the excitement of going towards that. I mean, I guess it's rewarding already because you know what's out there and what people are going to be able to do.
Yeah, I'll add into that with an example of I was fortunate enough to become acquainted with a woman who lives out in California. Her name is Melanie Bin. And because she had a bout with meningococcal meningitis, and as a result, she lost, limbs from the little bit below the elbow on her arms. So she lost both of her legs about from the knee down. And I spent a week with her and just kind of watched this young, vibrant woman like live her best life, like everyday, day-to-day life. And, she was a fully participant member of society. She was very productive. Like nothing could stop her from being physically active. She's kind of an athlete. She actually won 2 silver medals, I think at least 2 silver medals in the Paralympics for Team USA in swimming. And it's because she had like enough support around her needs and enough technology around her needs that anything that would have otherwise been a limitation without the technology erased the limitation. And she was just Melanie. Mm-hmm. So the potential for that to happen for other people, and like the example of just being able to go outside and garden, just being a full participant in your potential is the potential that I'm the most excited about that people can potentially get out of these programs.
Yeah, I'm sure, Daniel, even from a public information standpoint, just the stories, just the impact that this can have for people, I think is just going to be greater than we currently know. So what challenges again, this is for anyone, do you anticipate as we launch this, and how are we preparing to address those?
I think that the only challenge that I anticipate today is the volume of referrals. So this partnership will not just serve one agency, but it will be available to, anyone who has a disability or functional limitation that's served by your agency. And so how we anticipate managing that is by scheduling. And so it's hard to know how many referrals or how many folks will be interested week 1 or day 1. And so you could have 1 or 2 people, like any business. You could have 1, 2 people, or you may have 0 and you're waiting for something to happen, or you could get 20 folks and the doors are open and the floodgates are there. And so it's difficult to anticipate the volume on the front end, but where we're going to manage it is through scheduling and maximize how we schedule, and then ramp up how we're going to have folks that can address as the volume increases. And we hope to see the volume increase. I mean, I don't anticipate as I just said, I can't anticipate how many will come on day 1 or week 2 or week 3, but the success of what we do is going to be, there will be an increase in utilization. And that will be a good thing. And so being able to ramp up and plan for that is going to be how we would address it, be it here in Baton Rouge or wherever it would be. I can't think of anything else that or any other challenge that I would anticipate.
Yeah, I think kind of along the same lines for us, and I think we've been working really. The other barrier, I guess, would be just the whole process and red tape, because we still have to go through state processes, and we still have to, different processes that LATAN has to, and then we have scheduling and space issues and all different things to go with. But I think what we've been doing since the very beginning, we've been talking about this for quite a while, haven't we, Yakima? But I think we've been writing out process steps. We've been going through barriers, trying to get everything ready so that when we open, it's seamless on to the public, that they see. And we've been trying to get all that set up. So I think while there are barriers, possible barriers, I think we're working hard to, work around those ahead of time.
All right. So if there's one message, because we've talked about a lot today, if there's one message that you want listeners to walk away with today, what would it be?
I think that I would like listeners to, to really know that we don't necessarily, there are so many different types of technology solutions out there. And until you ask and you talk about and explain to us what you'd like to do, then we're not exploring what those are. But when you do say, hey, I would like to, I would like to take pictures in my leisure time, or I would like to, whatever the activity is when you say what you want to do, and we can sit down and have a conversation with you about it, that gives us the opportunity to just explore all of the solutions that may be possible, all of the different types of features that either may work or don't work. And so the message that I would like listeners to take away is that you may think that there's not something out there that can help you, but there likely is something. There's some way that we can figure out what solution is going to work best for you, and you should just ask, and contact us and see how we can talk about what's available there. And if something isn't available, there's probably someone who's making it, who's developing. If it's not on the market to be purchased, there's a vendor somewhere out there that we have access to that we can help someone explore. And that exploration and looking for the right AT for someone may be the decision, and this is okay as well. Your decision, I think I heard Daniel, you say that earlier, maybe that decision is, I didn't know that was out there and I don't want to use it right now, but I know now that I know where you are and what services you provide, maybe next year I'll be able to think about using some type of technology. A decision to not use it is still a decision, or a decision or that you're uncertain that's appropriate as well. And so no one is forced to use the technology, but ask the question is what I would say. Ask the question, let's talk about what's out there.
Yeah, I'm going to restate what Yakima said. I really like what she said. I think how I was thinking was, we're here to work on barriers to bring services to people. We're here to help you solve the problems. We're here to try to figure out what you need and connect you with people. You don't have to solve your problem. You just have to decide what you want to do with your life, or anything you want, and then come to us and we'll help. And I think it's great how she said it. A lot of people hold back because, well, I don't know what's going to help me. I don't know what device I need. I don't know what I don't know what services are available, all the different things. And that's not, you don't have to worry about that. How do you want to live? And we can talk about it. And I think that goes for all of our stuff with DD and Northeast Delta too. We want to fix barriers and know what they are. We may not always know. So I think I would like to do that. And the last thing I want to say is, it's coming. So I just want people to know it is coming. We're going to do it. Be looking for us and come to one of our demonstrations when you can. We'll be glad to see everybody there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, our executive director says all the time that we work with the willing, and that's really all that we're requesting. Like, if you're willing to make an improvement in your life, and you're even just curious if assistive technology can help you, we're here to provide that service. We're here to talk to you about it. There's not a commitment to using it just by scheduling an appointment and coming and checking it out. So that leads me greatly into the last question that I have, which is, okay, if listeners have been like, just tell me where to go, you've already sold me. Where can listeners go to learn more or to take the next step in connecting with N.T.A.C?
Well, I'm going to say, and the banner ran across earlier. I think it can run again. But look at LATAN's website, www.latan.org. But if you want to make a referral and start getting on the schedule to come talk to us, just call our main number. It's 318-362-3396. And tell the person that answers the phone what you want, and we will get you on a list and your information and start contacting you.
Anything else to add, Yakima? Does that cover it?
I think that's it. Jimmy said it. You know,
Okay.
you can follow us on, or you can follow us on YouTube or Instagram, and also and on Facebook, and share information, as Daniel said earlier. And but do take a look at our website and get a feel for the types of programs and services that that LATAN offers. And through N.T.A.C, this is our opportunity to coordinate all of those services in one location. I should have said that earlier, but that's what N.T.A.C will do, is a full coordination of AT services in Region 8. And we're looking forward to it.
And I know we're just barely past AT Awareness Day. I know AT Awareness Day was yesterday, but it's still Awareness Week, right? So
Right. And so there's a number of different videos. There's some virtual demonstrations that are on our YouTube page as well. And so different demonstrations on certain types of technology. I believe meta glasses are going to be are demonstrated as well. And I'm not sure what else, but maybe our Brava. There's a couple of videos that have been created for in a commemoration of AT Awareness Week.
amazing. I love it. So thank you, Ms. Black and Mr. Powell and Mr. Perea, our first time of co-hosting together, for your thoughtful insights that you've shared with listeners today. We are going to be opening those doors to N.T.A.C soon, so be on the lookout for additional information in the coming weeks. We will be posting more on our website. We will be posting more on social media. If you don't already follow us, please follow us. Follow the Phoenix. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, X at N.E.Delta HSA. If you want more information about our services in Northeast Delta HSA, please visit our website at nedeltahsa.org. You can also always call us at 800-256-2522. Thank you so much to everyone for tuning in today. And thank you again to our wonderful guests. We will see you next time on Transformation Thursday. Everyone, go be great today.
Thank you.